WWE Hell in a Cell is tonight. And, what is it going to be? What's the predictions? Who's going to win? Listen, I think it'll be a pretty decent pay-per-view. My opinion, personally. I think you'll see some action here. Lots of potential to have a lot of good wrestling matches. That's the potential, but we all know WWE, they screw things up. So, you got 8 matches here in this card. Let's start off with Sheamus and The Miz U.S. title match. Now listen, me personally, and, a smart wrestling fan also will think this as well. Sheamus is a very good champion. He's a fighter. He's someone that will go out there, compete, give you a maximum effort. And also, you got to figure, the fans love him. He's connecting with the audience. He's been connected with the audience. As again, I said it again, he's a great champion, good U.S. champion. To have him lose to a guy that has never been and never will be, accepted by the fans, in my opinion. A guy who they overhype too much, and his stunt double is over more than he is, and that's The Miz. I gotta go with Sheamus on this. I don't think that the WWE is this stupid where you're gonna take the title off of a guy who is a good champion, a fighting champion, connect with the fans, to give it to a guy that, listen, we've been down this road before, giving him the IC title, giving him the titles. It doesn't work. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see him anyway, let alone be a champion and defend the champion. So I'm going with Sheamus over The Miz in match number 1 for the WWE US title. AJ and Paige. I don't think that the WWE really knows what they're doing with the Diva division. AJ wins it, Paige wins it. AJ wins it, Paige wins it. The title kind of has gone back and forth, almost like The Rock and Mankind a couple of years ago when they were trading WWF World Championships in January of '99. I'm going to go with AJ on this one with the Black Widow over Paige. I think AJ will come victorious. This is another thing, and you'll see my trend here with my picks. I would like WWE to keep the belts on the champions for more than, a month. It seems like someone wins a championship and then every pay-per-view it's changing. I understand, my God, we just saw a title change in a pay-per-view. But it loses its luster when it's every single time. Like, someone will win a world title, someone will win a belt on a January pay-per-view, and in February they'll lose it. You can't have that. So I'm going to go with AJ over Paige. Tag team title match. I think this will be a good match. And I love the transition with Goldust and Stardust from face to heel. Now remember, folks, we all questioned, is this move going to work out? Putting Cody Rhodes in this new gimmick as Stardust. I was hesitant about it. I was like, let me just see what this is. Cody Rhodes has delivered. I'm not exaggerating. He has hit a home run with this gimmick. He is just awesome with it. Once he gets, in my opinion, once him and Goldust are on the camera, it's gold. It's money. It's a work of art. And also, they're not that bad in the ring either. Goldust and Stardust will retain over the Usos in the tag title match. I tell you why you really shouldn't be expecting it any other way. The Usos are not winning this match. There's no way they win this match. The WWE would not go to the great lengths of turning Goldust and Stardust heel, going through all this stuff, having them take the titles from the Usos, for them to lose it 3.5 weeks later. It's not going to happen. Give me Goldust and Stardust over the Usos. When I saw this match made, I was watching SmackDown with my girlfriend, and I was very, very pleased that this match was made. Dolph Ziggler, Antonio Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls wrestling match for the Intercontinental title. First time in a while that I think the passionate WWE fan is excited about an Intercontinental title match. This has the buzz to be one of the better Intercontinental title matches in the last 5-6 years. You got Ziggler, you got Cesaro, two, up-and-coming stars. Ziggler, who was a star, and I guess, pissed off Triple H or something. I mean, you forget Dolph Ziggler was a WWE World Champion at one point, but he has the opportunity to steal the show again tonight. Ziggler, Cesaro. I'm going Ziggler 2 falls to 1. This will go the maximum 3 falls. If you don't think it'll go 3 falls, again, you're not thinking straight. This will be an excellent match, 5-star match, and this may be in conversation for match of the year. I'm very excited as a wrestling fan to see Ziggler versus Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls for the IC title tonight. And also give me Ziggler to win that match, 2 falls to 1. Also, up next, a match that'll take probably 5-6 minutes. I hope it only takes 5-6 minutes. I'm hoping it goes under. Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. At some point, WWE has to not, again, be like WCW was in the 2000s and the late 90s, where they had the NWO win everything. The New Blood won everything. You have to try and have the Authority have a little chink in the armor here. And, technically Nikki Bella is, Stephanie's girl here and everything, and, she's closely with the Authority. Brie's got to win this one. You have to have the Authority eat some humble pie at some point. At least one of the members, at least, not even the Authority, some heel. I mean, a heel has to start, losing here. It seems like, Vince is turning this into, again, late WCW, where the heels never lost. The bad guy never lost a match. Late WCW. They never lost. Brie Bella wins tonight over Nikki Bella, and Nikki will be Brie's slave for a week, which, you know what? I could care less. I think that's a storyline that had so much potential. They killed it. Unless Nikki's going to be Brie's sex slave, I really am not interested to see this, transpire at all. Rusev, Big Show. Now, if you think that the Big Show is winning tonight, and if you want to place money on it, I advise you not to. And if you want to win a big paycheck, if you need the money, if you got to pay a bill, if you need to win back some money that you lost on Ole Miss losing yesterday in Death Valley to LSU, if you got to win some money back, I know the perfect way to win the money back. Put it all on Rusev tonight. No way the Bulgarian Brute's losing tonight to the Big Show. Let's face it, the rumors we've heard, John Cena, unfortunately, will be the man to end Rusev's streak at WrestleMania 31. It's going to happen. I know it. I've heard from people within the industry it's going to happen. I read the reports. And again, like I mentioned, I've heard from people. I've spoken to people. That is the plan within the WWE. Cena's going to beat Rusev at WrestleMania 31. That's not a rumor, as Paul Heyman says. That's a spoiler. Cena will beat Rusev. And to have Cena beat Rusev while Rusev's already had 1 or 2 losses is meaningless. They're going to ride this out. Rusev will beat Big Show tonight by submission. I expect Big Show to turn heel in about two weeks, I'm losing the matches. No one's behind me. Big Show, Mark Henry, by the way, at Survivor Series, by the way. Because this is an ongoing trend for the Big Show. He's a heel, then he feels bad, he starts crying all over himself, he becomes a face, and then he loses a couple matches and he blames the fans. I blame you people for me losing. No, stop. So, that brings us to our double main event. Now, I'm kind of excited about this. One of the main events I'm excited about. First of all, again, John Cena, Randy Orton. If you want to win money tonight, hate to say it, there is no way. I wish we could cue up the Vince McMahon entrance music. There is no chance in hell that John Cena loses tonight at WWE Hell in a Cell. It's just not going to happen. I think that the WWE will go the route of having Orton versus Rollins rather than Orton versus Lesnar. Now, Orton-Lesnar has never main evented a major pay-per-view, and I would love to see it. Unfortunately, it's never going to happen. Again, no way Super Cena loses the match, He's got to fight for honor. Cena's got to, fight to beat the beast. And he'll get his ass kicked for a third time because Vince just loves Cena in the spotlight. You know, I'm sorry, but Vince McMahon just gets off on seeing John Cena in world title matches in the main event. So, as much as I called Randy Orton bland, I'd love to see Orton versus Lesnar with that brutality and those two beasts, very physical, knocking heads. It's not going to happen. I expect maybe Rollins to maybe get interfered or something. Something's going to happen. End result, John Cena will defeat Randy Orton in Orton versus Cena 672 tonight at Hell in a Cell. And that brings us to the main event. The main event, which I swear to God, this better be the main event. Vince McMahon, don't you do it. Don't you do it, Triple H. Don't you guys do it. In Stamford, Connecticut, you bosses, don't you make John Cena versus Randy Orton the last match of the night at Hell in a Cell, because I will cancel my subscription to the WWE Network if you do. No, I won't, because I really love the WCW and the ECW matches. I'm not going to do it. And the Memphis Wrestling. But, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Now, this feud, I've mentioned it before. We talked about how Austin and The Rock was personal in the late 90s. Triple H and HBK was a super intense personal rivalry. Even Cena and Edge also was a very good rivalry, I thought. This is the best rivalry we've seen in pro wrestling, Ambrose and Rollins, in my opinion, since